Joe?
Hi, I'm all right.
That Willie Cuthbertson's a sharp one. I thought you were inspecting me along at Cows. I can't believe we're going to hear about the new plan at last.
It'll be one in the eye for Henry.
Oh?
Tell you at meeting.
Hey, but I'm going to see twins after tea.
Meeting's at 8 sharp.
Oh. Well, I'd just like to see them before they get put to bed.
God, it's freezing out there.
You be careful, going in and out of a warm room.
A good sharp frost never hurt anyone.
Soon change your tune if I asked you to go out there for something.
It'll take more than a bit of weather to finish me off.
Sure it's all right out there for the dog?
Aye, I've moved the kennel out at wind.
Is Joe all right, Dad?
Aye, he's getting on with his work like he should be doing.
You'll know what I'm on about, Dad.
I do, but there's not a lot you and I can do about it.
You're right there, Dad. Young folk have to work out their own problems. But it's hard sometimes. And not only for them. I have to stand by and watch them suffer.
Right.
You could put Bessie's kennel in the barn. She's only young.
Oh, she'll come to no harm. She's got a good coat, I've given her fresh straw, and she's as snug as a bug in a rug.
Oh, it's all right for some. Freezing out there.
Well, I've just been out.
Hurry up and sit down. I want to serve up.
What is it tonight?
Steak and kidney pudding.
Oh, smashing.
Mr. Cuthbertson have much to say?
No point in starting meeting now, Mark. Only have to say it all over again when Henry gets here.
Hey, who's going to look after Woolpack if Henry's up here with us?
That's between him and Amos. But I'm not waiting 2 hours like last time. If he's not here when we're about to start, we go ahead without him.
You can't do that.
I don't see why not. There'll be 3 of us here. That's enough to start a quorum.
A what?
A quorum.
That's what you do to apples.
Well, you might as well tell us now if Henry's not going to be here.
We don't know he's not going to be here, do we? Anyhow, what I have to say to Henry has to do with him personally.
Oh, well, I'll call in on him on my way over to Aunt Beatrice.
Tonight?
Oh, I thought I'd go over for a few minutes.
Did you tell this Cuthbertson lad cost of petrol? Take it Land Rover to see twins 2 or 3 times a week.
It's only 3 miles, Grandad.
It mounts up in a year.
Grandad's right, you know. I ought to pay for what I use.
You'll do no such thing. We can't afford a drop of petrol.
Hey, it has to be shown in books, though.
What, that spends on petrol's nothing. Anyway, a sight less than was spent when twins were living here.
And he does pay a beater for their keep.
If you're not careful, she'll end up thinking of hers.
No question of that, Dad.
Yeah, Janie's having a baby.
Frank Blake is Janie.
Aye, having a baby.
Oh.
Seems no time she was a baby herself.
Frank's another one. Don't hold with christenings.
Didn't want to get married in church. He did.
Not as stubborn as some.
Oh, I've got to look over all that stuff that Willie Cuthbertson left. I'll take it upstairs where I can concentrate. So I don't want you dodging in and out.
Oh, I can't go in my room now.
Well, if you want out, you'll have to get it before I start.
Well, I might think of something later on.
It'll be too late, because I'm going to lock the door.
I might want to get something out of my trunk.
Such as?
I don't know.
Stop being awkward, Dad. If Joe's got work to do...
Oh, we're going to sort it out again.
You've only just thought that up.
You could use parlour, if you leave it tidy.
Oh, might as well sit in freezer as going there.
Well, no point in lighting a fire just for an hour.
It'll take about that time to melt icicles hanging from mantelpiece.
Well, you can use my room if you like, Joe.
That's a good idea.
Thanks, Matt.
I don't see why I should. By rights, ought to have offers of my own. I've got responsibilities, you know.
You cut that a bit fine. Derailment on the line. Missed me connection. One day you use the train, the whole system breaks down. In your road, I made it. Thought I'd have to open the bar myself.
Taxi from Hutton.
Aye.
Should have got one from Leeds. You'd have been here an hour ago.
Well, I'm not made of money, the nose.
Surprised you didn't walk back over the moors.
Had things to carry. Something I picked up at auction.
Picture?
It is. Family heirloom, you might say.
Is that all you got?
Oh, Luke's old furniture weren't up to much. Must have been mad prices people were paying for it.
What about that nest of tables?
Oh, hopeless. You'd never believe what that fetched.
Oh,
My grandfather, founder at undertaking business.
didn't have much option, did he, looking like that?
Yeah, they always said I took after him.
I'm surprised you didn't go into the business yourself.
I were always for gay life when I were a lad.
And where are you going to put it? Over your bed?
On Walling Bar.
You can't put it in the bar, man. You'll drive away what custom we've got.
It was your idea to turn place into a museum, that old bench you bought.
I don't know why you didn't bring back a bit of furniture instead of that thing.
Told you it weren't worth the buying. Chairs wouldn't have lasted a week under some of my customers. Just look at that frame. Must be worth twice what I gave for old picture. I know a bargain when I see one, Mr. Wilkes.
Amos, we've got to have a very serious talk before we go any further.
What about?
This place, what we're going to turn it into. If we turn it into anything at all.
Well, you can't back out now. We shook hands on it.
Who said anything about backing out?
Well,
My money's tied up in this place. I don't want to see it going down the drain.
down drain with Woolpack.
Anyway, I can't talk about it now. I've got to go and see the Sugdens up at the farm. Happen after closing time.
Oh, very well, Mr. Wilkes, but I don't want it left hanging in the air. It may be nothing to you, but it's my future to me. I want to know where I stand.
What are you frowning about?
I didn't know I was.
You always frown when you're reading.
Oh, that's not frowning, that's concentrating. It's time you sat down, isn't it?
Oh, no, I might as well do the ironing if we're stopping in. Won't do itself. If I leave it much longer, well, neither of us have anything to wear.
I'll get the ironing board for you. Put your feet up for a minute or two, go on.
Don't you go worrying about me. You're the one that needs to rest, not me.
I read somewhere a woman walks 18 mile a day doing housework.
Not in this house, you couldn't. Well, some women might. Annie Sugden.
Jenny,
Hmm?
you're not worried about out?
What have I got to worry about?
You'd tell me if there was out.
I was just thinking about walking 18 miles a day.
Aye. Go get your ironing board.
That'll be Vicar about his plaque again. You watch. Hello, Frank.
Gota, come on in. Jenny? Your sister's turned up.
Hello, love.
Ruth, what are you doing here?
I've come to see you.
I'll put kettle on.
Oh, what a lovely surprise. Look, why didn't you write? Does Ma know you're here?
I've just seen her.
Are you all right?
You're looking well. And Frank. He doesn't change, does he?
I've got something to tell you, but later. Did you bring the family?
They were that Mary.
And Tom as well?
Dairy cows, forage, dairy replacements, sheep. That's about all.
I see.
Not sure I do.
I'm all for anything that tells us where we're going.
It's the idea, Mark.
Queer old way of going about things to my way of thinking.
Well, I don't mind admitting, I think it's a good scheme.
Seems all right.
Well, in that case, I
Move.
move. I move, we tell these people to go ahead.
Right, I'll second it.
All those in favour?
All right.
That's the way you want it.
Carried unanimous, then.
We never had out like this in my day.
Well, maybe you wouldn't have had all them hard times you keep telling us about. You had a good scheme like this, Grandad. Anyhow, it's nothing to do with you.
But didn't he say anything about the best use of the land? And what about Hawthorne Cottage?
He said we ought to think about selling that to finance long-term project.
But it's all bound up together. We can't just accept half a plan.
We have accepted. Just had a vote on it.
Yours right. We agreed to go ahead with it. We'll sort out details as we go along. You've done well, lad.
But he must have given you some idea.
Well, one thing he did say. Knock down what's left of Inglebrook, plough it up, and tack it onto Long Acre.
What?
Do beg your pardon. I wasn't looking where I were going.
No, me. Fair makes your eyes water, does this wind?
Aye. Will it snow, do you think?
Oh, Grandad says it won't, so it probably means it will. Can I give you a lift anywhere?
No, thank you. Not this morning. But I won't hesitate to ask you again if I need one.
Well, best get on.
We never did have our chat, did we?
Ah, well...
How are the twins?
Oh, they're doing fine.
Still with Mrs. Darton?
Aye.
Matt, next time they're over here with you, I would like to see them.
Right.
Didn't last long.
What didn't?
Eating nout for your breakfast.
Heard another expert on the radio claim it's unhealthy to go through the morning on an empty stomach. I'll carry on as I've always done till they make up their minds.
Ah, you need something inside you this weather. I got well nigh frozen out there taking delivery at bottled beers.
Cold, eh?
Perishing.
I can believe that. Still, it's the landlord's responsibility.
What is?
Standing out there, seeing he gets what he's paid for. Got to be done.
Well, you don't have to tell me that. I know it's got to be done.
There's a drop of coffee in my pot. Help yourself.
Oh, thank you, Mr. Wilkes. I'll not say no.
Have you got a minute?
Oh, I'll check cellar when I'm thawed out. I can spare a minute, aye.
Sit yourself down then.
Ooh.
Now then, Amos. Provided we can settle our differences, I reckon I can go and see Samuels this week.
Good. I was beginning to think you'd never get round to it. That's sugar.
There's no point in going any further unless we can see eye to eye from the start.
Well, you never set out about that to begin with.
I've made my ideas pretty clear. How the bar should be
You
improved.
can call it improve, going backwards.
Restoring the bar to its original state will be a step forward to exploiting our assets. And when the building at the back's finished and we can let rooms, we'll be sitting on a gold mine.
Cost a lot of money. Last lot of alterations to the bar.
Didn't come out of your pocket.
Never said it did. I said it cost a lot of money.
And what good's it done? Turn the Woolpack into a pub just like any other.
It cost a lot to do it once, cost as much and more to change it back. And this time, money will come out of my pocket.
Our pockets.
Same difference.
The sort of clientele we want to attract will expect the comfort of a hotel in their rooms and old-world charm in the bar.
But day trippers prefer what we got now.
You'll never make a fortune out of day trippers. You've got no vision, Amos. However much you increase the bar sales, it's the hotel trade that's going to provide the jam.
When you seeing Samuels?
Is there any point in me seeing him?
A bargain's a bargain. You back out now, where does that leave me?
Aye, but if we disagree about the bar...
Not disagree.
And we
I never said I disagreed. I just don't like to be rushed. I need to know what I'm about.
But damn it all, man.
Oh,
you
Joe,
just
where I
said
stayed for Oxenwood, same. Every room booked solid. Restaurant packed out every evening like a rugby scrum in bars. Especially one they call Dirty Dick's. I swear it hadn't had a lick of paint last 100 years. Marvellous.
But if you felt like that, why did you let me go on?
I just don't like to be rushed. Anyway, I thought you'd have guessed when I came back with that picture.
Yes. Well, I think you'd better leave that side of things to me. And the next time you have a sudden conversion, you might tell me.
Now, sudden about it. I could see there were a certain amount of sense in what you said, but I just don't like to be rushed till I've looked at all sides, that's all. I'd best get down to the cellar. I've got work to do.
There's no snow in those clouds. You can take my word for it. When Blackett's Pond freezes over in November, it's going to be a mild winter.
Mild. That wind goes right through you.
Oh, I wouldn't worry, Matt. According to Grandad, we'll be out back sunbathing next week. Henry not pop up this morning?
Take him a day or two to cool down after last night.
He didn't like it, did he? I thought he was going to have a fit.
You did rather spring it on him, Joe.
It'll do him good. Taste of his own medicine.
You didn't have to look so pleased with yourself. And I wouldn't like to think you were taking it out on Henry because...
Because of Carol, you mean? No, that's nothing to do with her, Ma.
I thought Henry were going to burst a blood vessel.
To hear you lot talk, anybody would think we were on one side and Henry on t'other. We'll never make a go at farm if all you think about is doing each other down.
Look, he's always on about me agreeing with what Board has to say. Now Boots on the other foot, he don't like it.
You can't make him knock down what's left of Inglebrook. It is his place.
Well, he wants to make up his mind what he is going to do with it. I chased a couple of kids off it the other day. Mucking about in ruins they were. Well, it's not safe. I mean, supposing a wall had fallen down on them.
Oh, Wally Lum were going on about ruins not being much to look at either. They can hardly turn it into a tourist attraction, like Old Abbey.
Wally Lum.
I saw Mr. Ruskin in village this morning.
He didn't say anything about next WI meeting, I suppose.
No, I asked about the twins.
I thought Mrs. Ruskin would have sent a message or something.
What do you say about twins?
He said next time they're over, he'd like to see them.
Guess what for and all?
You were just being friendly.
Vicar's got his job to do, Matt. You'd save yourself a lot of pestering if only you'd do just like everyone else.
I don't think Vicar would want them christened for no better reason than that.
Good.
Hello, Henry. Had your dinner?
What? Oh, I didn't come up for that. Only, I'm going to London tomorrow, just for the day, you understand. And I didn't want you to think after last night that...
Everyone's a right to speak his mind.
Oh, I'd no right to fly off the handle like that, Annie.
Oh, well, you said you were sorry.
Not for what I said, mind. I'm sticking to that. Only it occurred to me we never finished talking about selling Hawthorne Cottage.
Or the old mill.
Ah. I hold the freehold of the old mill, you know. Not the company.
Looks like you have it both ways, then.
Both ways?
Company business when it suits you and private business when it doesn't.
Now, Joe.
As far as Emmerdale Farm Limited goes, it makes sense tacking on Inglebrook land to Long Acre.
That's as maybe. But the Inglebrook site belongs to me, not to Emmerdale.
Oh, if you're thinking of building it up again.
I haven't decided yet.
Well, in that case, the company might just buy a freehold from you.
Time some people were getting back to work.
All right. Think about it, Henry. On the train, on your way to London.
I'll think about it on the way back from London. Business I've got there might make a difference.
I've tried it everywhere else, and it's definitely the only place it can go. Anyway, I've got all that dirt to clean up now, and all the cobwebs that would have been here since Amy left.
Why can't it go out in the storeroom?
Oh, Henry, the whole point of a cabinet like that is people should be tempted to help themselves. Well, you've seen what some of them are like.
Oh, you're right, I have.
Anyway, I spent hours measuring it all up.
You measured your customers and all?
Just about. As long as all the plump ones don't arrive at the same time.
Here's one you might try for size.
Mr. Freely?
Phone call for Mr. Wilkes.
Oh, right. Shouldn't take long.
From them.
Who?
Certain party we both know, as you might say.
Oh, I'll come straight across. Are they hanging on?
No. 4 o'clock tomorrow.
Eh?
I took the message.
Oh, why the devil didn't you say so?
The cabinet's coming tomorrow, Henry.
Tomorrow?
Well, I did tell you last week.
Oh, damn.
And you said you wanted to be in when they came.
Well, I'm afraid it can't be helped. I mean, if you're sure that's the only place.
Well, you won't be here then.
It doesn't look like it. I've got an appointment.
4 o'clock.
Oh, well, that's all right. They said they'd deliver it before 10.
Appointments in London. Very important.
All right, Amos. It's just one of those things, Alison. I've got no option.
Oh, well, if you can't, you can't.
Daren't leave it any longer. Get some young fella like new licensee at King of Prussia getting in ahead of us.
I'll see you across the way in 5 minutes.
Ah, well, next time you're expecting a telephone call...
All right, Amos, I got the message.
Mrs. Gibbons.
What part of London will you be in?
Tomorrow? Oh, here and there. I doubt whether you'll be able to get a call through to me. I've got a lot to pack in. hopping about from one place to another.
I wasn't thinking of telephoning you.
Oh, I see.
I just wondered if you found yourself near any of the big department stores, you could get something for me.
Well, I'm not sure I'll have any time to spare.
Oh, well, it's not really very important.
Come in, sit yourself down.
Ah, thanks. Mr. Verney telephoned yesterday. He was suggesting a public subscription. Have you had chance to make out that estimate yet?
Oh, I'm not in a position to do that. You see, if I have a go at casting it myself, I could keep costs down for you.
In the bronze?
Well, they could do it in Bronze Age. I should be able to. It's a question of pride, I suppose.
And you'll try.
Well, pride goes before a fall.
So they say, misquoting Proverbs. I shouldn't have thought the idea of failure would daunt you any, though.
No, it doesn't, but the idea of landing you a bill for it does.
Well, what would it entail?
It's mainly a question of temperature. Have to dig a pit, build a special lining.
But you could do it.
Aye, I reckon I could. If it doesn't work,
Faith can move mountains.
so they say, misquoting St. Matthew. Of course, if aught goes wrong, we can send it out to be cast.
I'll sound out the village about this public subscription idea. If you're successful, our anonymous benefactor might agree to meet the extra cost. If not...
Faith and insurance.
Now, Christian doesn't have to be a fool, Frank.
I thought that was the 11th commandment.
What?
Thou shalt not be a fool.
You're in a good mood today.
Aye, I reckon I am quite pleased with life.
Oh, I wonder where you've got to. Hello, Mr. Ruskin.
Ruth.
Hello. There's a customer waiting for petrol.
Excuse me, Vicar. You gone on strike or something?
He wants to open an account. New people from Church Lane. You remember me, sister, then?
Well, of course I do. I hope you're well. Are you back for a holiday?
Well, it were either here or Paris. How's Mrs. Ruskin?
Much better now, thank you.
Look, you sit yourselves down. I'll get some tea.
Oh, not for me, thanks. I have to be off.
Oh, go on, be a devil. I shouldn't say that, should I?
Oh, there's some of the devil in all of us.
Yes, I won't argue with that.
Have you brought the children with you? Is Tom well?
Beckendale doesn't change much, does it?
I do hope he's settled down to a steady job now.
I'll help Janie get the tea.
Ruth?
I didn't come back to Beckendale to be cross-questioned.